If someone told me I could get 100,000 views on my YouTube video and it would only cost me 7 years of my life spent in prison eating gruel off of the floor, I'd say sign me the fuck up, baby. What a deal. Prison is temporary. Clout is forever. And so is a criminal record, I suppose, but it doesn't matter, because internet updoots are all that really matter these days. This dream came true for a YouTube couple named Saucy and Honey. They were recently arrested and charged with third-degree criminal trespassing and conspiracy and could face up to 7 years in the slammer, all for those sweet, juicy YouTube views. They pulled off the most epic prank this world's ever seen, and the history books will remember them for it. They'll be talked about like Jesus Christ was in the Bible, the saviors of high-quality YouTube content. They did a 24 hours in Target challenge, or prank. You know that trend that every 16-year-old was doing on YouTube back in 2017? Yeah, they did that like 4 days ago. I don't know why they chose this prank. It died like 5 years ago. They're very tardy to the party, but they seem to desperately try and suckle any amount of dust they can out of the dry titties of this garbage-ass trend from a time long since forgotten. And they're paying the price for it. They got fucked in the ass. But you can't help but feel bad for them because they clearly have a disease. It's called terminal clout hunger. And unfortunately, it's a plague, and it's been spreading for quite some time on the internet now.
Shut Bassett!
Get okay, what's up, That's Nature Empire? And your girl Honey!
And we're back with
banger! Okay, you guys, sorry we're rushing through this intro, but it's 9:37 at...
Oh.
Okay, you guys, sorry we're rushing through this intro, it is 9:37! It's 9:37 at night!
Honestly, they should have slapped on an additional criminal charge for how dog shit their videos are. I swear to God, it's gotta be a human rights violation to have an intro this annoying. All of their videos start like this. It is painful. Sticking my head in a fucking dump truck while it's compacting garbage would be less miserable.
A YouTube couple is in hot water over this video, in which they claim to have spent the night in a Pennsylvania Target.
You guys, do not attempt what we attempt at home. We are entertainers.
Listen here, goofballs, don't try what we're about to do at home, you dumb assholes. We're professional entertainers willing to risk life and limb for your entertainment. Immediately gets arrested, faces 7 years in jail for this shit. I don't know what she was thinking. This isn't exactly like a defense, right? It's still a crime no matter what. Just because you consider yourself an entertainer doesn't mean that you're all of a sudden immune to repercussions of a crime. This is like if a birthday party clown robbed a bank and when they caught him red-handed, he just honked his nose. Honk. Oh God, he's an entertainer. Never mind, guys. It's all good now. We made a mistake here. I don't understand why more people don't know this, but I'll go ahead and peel back the curtain. Most of those YouTube pranksters are fake. In fact, I'd say 95%. So all of the ones that did the overnight challenges, they cleared it with their local store in order to ensure that they were allowed to do it. And they didn't actually even spend 24 hours in the facilities they said they did. They just stay for long enough to get footage and then leave. But all of it was cleared beforehand with the franchise owner.
Surveillance video from inside the store shows them wandering around various sections while recording video of themselves. While LaRose and Fisher told viewers that they spent the night in Target, police say they left through an emergency exit around 3 a.m. and tripped the alarm. But the couple returned to the store when it opened to the public to resume recording their video.
What? They lied? They didn't actually spend 24 hours in the Target? What the fuck? That's gotta be the worst offense of all. You know, I could excuse the criminal trespassing and all that. I could even excuse the abominable intro to their videos, but the fact that you're gonna come in here and tell me you spent 24 hours in Target when you only spent like, what, 2.5? Oh my God. I spit on that absolute garbage. They could have at least had the courtesy to spend the whole night there. Because at that point, now not only do you go down looking like a stupid asshole, but now you go down as a stupid lying asshole as well. And their audience of like, I don't know, lobotomized 12-year-olds or whatever's watching it, they now know that they can't trust anything they do going forward. So even if they somehow do escape the prison time, which I imagine they will, I don't think they're actually going to spend 7 years in jail, they've lost the trust of their audience now.
The couple was released on a $25,000 unsecured bond, and they're due back in court March 24th. Fisher told a reporter outside of court that she has no regrets, that they were living their life and having fun. But the couple said they would not be doing another stunt like this again. For Inside Edition Digital, I'm Mara Montalbano.
I can't imagine that statement's gonna help them very much in the court proceedings. Yeah, I have no regrets about committing the crime. Surely that won't come back to haunt them. But yeah, anyway, just thought the story was kind of wild and another prime example of the attention-seeking disease a lot of people are afflicted with. That's about it. So yeah. What's going on, prank enthusiasts? Grab your bathrobes and join me in front of the fireplace as we dive back into the wild world of YouTube pranks. The last time we dipped our toes into this cesspool of top-notch side-splitting comedy, we were graced with Chris Prank Invasion's beautiful making out with my sister prank, where he French kisses his sister for views, damn near butt fucking her mouth for views. And I'm happy to say Chris is back on the saddle again, and I don't mean riding his sister. In fact, this time he's riding his mother for views. He's posted another video, this one's making out with his actual mom. Again, there's really no telling if this is his real mommy. The only way to confirm if that really is his mother is to ask someone who's fucked her on Xbox Live if that's her. But since we don't have that information, I'm just going to assume it's not his real mom. And Chris is once again just exploiting the incest community for views. The incest community, also now known as Alabama. And just on a side note, who the fuck is watching these incest pranks? This man is making so much money off making out with his family members and rim-jobbing them on camera. I don't get it. The only person I can even see looking up this kind of shit is Tom Brady, looking up children kissing their parents on the mouth compilations. I don't get it, but what the fuck ever, Chris. Good for you, man. Right, I'm sure he brags about that accomplishment. Yeah, I'm the guy who makes out with his family on the internet. What's up? Fucking awesome. Anyway, that's not who we're here to talk about. Instead, we're going to look at an actual expert at pranks, working his magic in the wild, delivering some side-splitting comedy with his pranks, just putting nuts to butts at the mall. Let's take a look at a real prankster.
Excuse me, we're doing a survey and we were just wondering, do you have pet insurance?
Yeah, I think so. I don't have a pet, my parents do.
Oh, because I'm about to destroy your pussy.
Nice.
How about that double whammy, huh? That knockout blow, that combination there. Just a 1-2 right to your comedy receptors. Definitely having a hoot and a holler over those two pranks back to back. I understand this is not an adult. And this is exactly why I wanted to talk about this video. This is a kid who's clearly been influenced by YouTube douchebags, and this is like one of 6 videos where he does this all within like the span of a month or two. It's just super sad to see the kind of impact that these YouTube assholes can have on kids that watch them. The YouTube assholes pay the people to react to their awful scripted shit pranks. But kids don't know any better. They don't know it's fake. So then you have an entire generation of people this kid's age going to the mall, actually sexually harassing strangers, physically harassing strangers, and being a public nuisance because they saw their favorite internet asshole doing it and they're trying to emulate that behavior. So these internet YouTube shitholes are promoting an entire generation of assholes to follow. And it's so upsetting.
Oh, I know you're not a track star, but you're gonna have to be ready for this big meet.
What big meat?
You guys talking about that pussy, you know what I'm saying? That's... that...
I don't know.
What do you mean? Where the bitches at?
Oh,
my
yeah,
niggas?
you're recording. That's nice.
I'm not recording. He's recording.
Ew.
No, he's not. He's recording you.
I don't think two shit.
We're both recording all of us.
You know what I'm saying? I was just like, what you niggas talking about that pussy? I was on my girlfriend's this morning. I was like, you know.
I can't even sarcastically talk about this clip because it's just so goddamn painful and uncomfortable. Everything that could go wrong with his plan went wrong. No one was laughing at his pussy introduction and was immediately exposed for recording. I don't even know how she spotted that. She had the eyes of a hawk. She must have had like a fucking spidey sense tingling in the back of her head. Turned and immediately looked at the camera guy. I don't know what kind of camera he's using, but it must have been really obvious, like a fucking boombox over-the-shoulder camera. Or maybe he was holding his phone out recording like Dr. Frankenstein's monster coming at them. I don't know how she could immediately see him recording. He must have been really trying to make it obvious. But she found it, leading to an even worse scenario. And this kid has so little self-awareness and is so shameless that he doesn't just walk away. He doubles down and keeps it up, and man, it fucking sucks.
Do you know there's 206 bones in the human body? Would you like another one inside of you?
No.
Why not?
Why would I want another bone?
You know you want this big meat.
You want me to slap you silly or what? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yes.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
You want me to call the cops on you? Fucking have some respect.
Respect, wow. This woman just unironically used the word respect in front of a YouTube prankster? Are you fucking kidding me, baby? It's YouTube pranks. The only R word that community knows is ring that bell for notifications, baby. Am I right, prank enthusiasts?
Wait, girl, come on. I lost my virginity. Can I take yours? These ones right here. Like, I was looking at it and then, like, I realized that this is fake, bruh. Look at the shoelaces and the aglets and the seams. They're not even lined up right. This shit's fake, bruh. You looking at them pussy pics, bruh? You into that anime porn? Hey, let me get some of that. Let me get a piece of orange chicken. Ooh.
Nothing would make me flip a table over and piss my pants faster than having some goddamn douchebag goober come up to me and touch my food or ask me for the food as he's already reaching for it. Oh, that would make me livid. But anyway, this guy's the prank god, and I hope you've all learned a little something about how to really execute pranks. As you can see here, the only successful prank is the one you just don't fucking pull, because every goddamn prank on YouTube sucks ass. That's it. See ya. Hey there. No long-winded intro or anything like that. I'm just making fun of another prankster per usual, so you know how the situation goes.
Back with another video! I am back with a prank. Today we are not at Walmart and we are not at Home Depot. We are at...
She's been doing videos like this for months and still can't figure out simple audio. All of it sounds like you're underwater listening to a series of farts every time she tries to speak in the intros of her videos. This is someone you've probably seen before, but I guarantee none of you know who she is, which is the way it should be, because she's just an insufferable prankster whose entire personality revolves around making strangers' lives miserable. So she goes to Walmart, or in this case Dollar General, and just harasses people. In this one, her prank is taking things out of their shopping carts and throwing it on the ground or insulting them for it, or in one case, even just physically touching a woman to bother her as much as possible and then starts like braiding her hair. It's all just garbage. Now, she did have a video go viral a few months ago with the breaking TVs in a Walmart prank where she just went into a Walmart and broke a TV with a baseball bat. It was a TV she brought and she got arrested for it, and the entire internet came together to make fun of the clown and just point and laugh at her. And that's the proudest moment of her life, so it's all she does now, as pathetic as that is.
But we about to go in here and just grab shit and throw it.
You like it?
No, me no life for you.
No.
Nope. Don't buy it.
No?
Nope.
Oh, brother, this prank stinks. It's such a trash idea in the first place, just throwing people's things on the floor and getting a rise out of them. But then to put the cherry on top of this already pile of dog shit, she has no personality at all. She doesn't even try and make a joke out of any situation. She does nothing. She is so bland and boring. She doesn't even say or do anything half the time. She just throws it and then sits there. Like her just brain had a Windows restart moment, like Windows needed to update. Man, I got something in my eye. This prank is so bad, it's actually causing my eyelashes to fall out into my fucking eyeball. But yeah, anyway, like I said, half the time she just freezes there, deer in the headlights, and just stands there like she's been lobotomized. But in the rare instances where she doesn't, she ends up just getting more mad at the people she's pranking than the people do at her. She gets so offended that people respond negatively to having their things thrown or being bothered and harassed. It's so fucking weird.
Oh, excuse me.
Excuse me, what?
Those are ours.
But I just want to see if I want to buy it.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
How
Can you just put
expensive is
it? Can you just put it back? I don't know why.
Can you just tell me how expensive?
I don't know why it is.
now.
It's $4.
Yeah.
You're good.
I know you're making
It
a
is.
video, and I don't care for your video.
Wait, I didn't say you can have it back. I'm about to give it back in a minute.
It doesn't matter. You can
I'm about to give it back.
It's,
Just give me a
it's
minute.
ours. It doesn't have to. You don't have.
Ugh, it's just the most annoying person ever. Just goes up and then just makes an argument out of taking their shit, like, oh, I just want to know how much it costs. And then she immediately starts getting heated herself. Like, her whole prank is supposed to make others angry, but half the time it ends up making herself angrier. I don't know how she can even have such shamelessness to record shit like this, and then keep going after someone calls out that she's filming a video. That is unbearable, incomprehensible levels of shame that I can't process with my little noodle here. You have not only been bothersome and a nuisance to these strangers, but now they also know that you're recording it to try and get clout online. How do you not puke from the overwhelming guilt of being such a loser and being caught red-handed with it? Oh, it blows my mind.
You're just coming up to us.
So are you gonna be nice or not? I'm gonna
Can
give
we
it
have
back.
it back, please?
Are you gonna be nice?
Can we have it back, please?
You know what? I fuck with you because you said
Thanks.
please. Go get your wife. She's really mad right now.
This painful interaction dragged on for so long, I cut out a lot of it. She eventually puts the first item back in their cart, but then grabs another one in order to keep the argument going and escalating it. At some point, the wife walks away, to which our prankster, the galaxy brain prankster, had the gall to say, go get your wife, she seemed mad, even though the whole time the prankster really did seem just as mad as the wife. But then she tries to hide that embarrassment with that big old smile grinning from ear to ear, celebrating a job well done. Another banger piece of content she was able to deliver with that.
What's wrong with you?
What's up? What's the problem?
What's the problem?
Yeah, why are you over? I don't even know you. What? Girl, some girl just came over here and just knocked this thing off my basket. What's wrong?
Nothing's wrong.
Okay, so what you do? Sorry, she with you?
She is legitimately a child. She has the brain of a 6-year-old, where they'll take a cookie from the countertop and throw it on the floor, smashing it to pieces, and wait to be scolded by adults. She's also so fucking lame that she can't think of how to communicate past that initial shock of throwing someone's things on the floor, that the only thing she can muster is just repeating what the other woman is saying back to her. What's your problem? What's your problem?
Is she with you? Come on. Move around, please, ma'am. Move around. Could somebody come get her?
Who you on the phone with?
I don't even know what the prank is supposed to be. She throws some stranger's shit on the floor and then just stands there like one of those Buckingham Palace guards where they're not able to make a facial expression or speak because she can't process any words. So the only thing she comes up with is what other people have said, or just asking annoying questions like, who are you on the phone with? What is the joke even? You just look so foolish.
Can somebody come get her?
Look, I apologize. I didn't mean to drop that, but I have a question.
Don't, ma'am, please. No. I don't say. Somebody come get it. Girl.
Come from over here.
Girl. Today, Jesus.
No, tomorrow.
Today, Jesus.
Tomorrow.
Today.
I wouldn't necessarily call myself an empath, but I can feel that lady's emotions and all of the thoughts running through her head at this moment, where she's contemplating whether or not it's worth it to beat this prankster's ass. I just know she's weighing the pros and cons, and I think the only thing that stopped her from putting her hands on the prankster is that she had a suspicion that this was someone going through a mental health episode, like psychosis or something, or like some kind of like, you know, manic episode. I think that was the only thing that stopped her from just going after the prankster here. And one day, this prankster will try this with the wrong person, and it's not going to end well for them, and it's going to be entirely the prankster's fault for constantly instigating as much conflict as possible, because all she wants to do is make everyone around her upset, angry, or just make their day as worse as she possibly can muster. What a beautifully awful way of living your life.
Oh, is this yours?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so cute. Who is that for? Is this for your dogs? Man, you a bitch. I would have been like, you my shit.
You a bitch. Why you just let me take your stuff?
This poor guy really gets the worst of it, just minding his own business, doing nothing wrong, just totally innocent, and this miasma of cringe marches up, takes an item out of his cart, throws it on the floor, and then he just says, okay, not playing this game, so he doesn't say anything. He just sits there and takes it. Eventually she grabs another item from his cart and she starts walking away with it before turning around and throwing it back at him, calling him a bitch for not standing up for that item. He gets berated for doing the right thing, just ignoring it. Like, what's he supposed to do? Run over and put you in a chokehold to reclaim the item? He can just go get another one and it's not worth fighting you over or playing into your game, because he would be the one that gets in the most trouble for it. Even though you are starting all of this conflict, you are the catalyst to the catastrophe that will eventually come from doing awful pranks like this. The person who does retaliate is going to be the one that gets the biggest punishment for it. And he clearly knows that, so he wasn't playing along with it. He did the right thing.
I thought we were friends. Well, go with that. I have one. Okay. Let me touch it. Here. I did it. Can I touch your booty? No.
Now, in this case, however, this one may have actually had, like, grounds for self-defense. She just walks up to a stranger, grabs her hair and starts tugging on it and then, like, air humping her back. And this could very well be an argument for self-defense. You don't know this person. This crazy lady behind you, that's kind of dangerous, actually. So I'm surprised this didn't lead to an actual scuffle, because this is a fucking awful thing to do. Now she's gone from just harassing people to physically harassing people. What an achievement. Look at how far we've come here. This prankster is leveling up right before our very eyes.
Am I gonna die? Is this like a...
I can't make no money. You gotta like walk forward.
The queen of physical comedy strikes again. Look at the captivated audience in the store, with not a smile in sight. I don't think she has ever made somebody laugh, like in general. But I will say, I hope she hurt her knee, because she may have planned this fall, but she did not plan for that injury. She didn't brace, even slightly. She just falls, like full-blown, full force, onto her right knee, and then rolls over on it. So I really do feel like this is a situation where she hurt herself, but tried to play it off like, ooh, everything's okay, ha ha ha. Meanwhile, of course, nobody else is giggling or anything. But yeah, just wanted to showcase that, again, she gets kicked out. She actually got kicked out twice in this video. It doesn't seem like she goes to a store with a camera rolling without getting kicked out. So yeah, that's just another horrible prankster I wanted to make fun of. That's about it. See ya. Hey, what's going on? It's me, the #1 hater of harassment pranksters. Those putrid worms that mainly infest TikTok and go around filming themselves just trying to start confrontation with strangers for no reason other than getting a rise out of them for their content. And then the second that one of the victims starts to fight back, whether it's arguing or even trying to get physical, the sniveling cowards then do their best to go into panic mode, rapidly trying to de-escalate the situation they've caused. Like, chill, calm down. What are you getting so worked up about? I'm just pretending to be a mentally ill douchebag starting shit. God, it's so cringe that you're getting so upset. And then, like, the prankster starts getting offended. It's so fucking embarrassing. Anyway, today I stumbled across a tough guy who likes to do this kind of content on the elderly.
Whoa, watch your cart, tough guy. Parents didn't teach you no manners?
Guess not.
Guess not, man. Yeah, you need to watch yourself around there. Guys like you, easy pickings.
This poor loser really rolled a nat 1 in all of his stats. He's got a nasally voice that he's doing his absolute best, fighting for his life to hide, so he's trying to deepen it while talking to the older gentleman. Hey, you better watch where you're going, Buster. But you can hear it cracking through. It's like a child on Xbox Live pretending to be older by just making a deep voice sound. He's also got a dog shit, unlovable attitude, so I feel like he was probably bullied in high school with spitballs shot into the back of his head, and now that he's out of high school, he's trying to do something with his life, and this is what he's chosen here for some clout on TikTok. Just a trying to harass an old man who is not playing ball with any of this garbage here. This old guy has the patience of a saint. This is the Zen master here. This guy doesn't engage at all, and yet this goober still continues to try.
You must be new around here, huh? It's your first time in Baltimore?
I bet so.
I've lived here 25 years.
Liar, liar, job prospects on fire. You are not 25 years old. There is no chance of that. No shot whatsoever. I have to imagine he's maybe 20 at most. He's probably between 18 and 20 and just trying his absolute best to emulate the viral douchebags on TikTok that harass people. But he's so much of a little pussy that he's doing it to an elderly gentleman. Someone he knows is not going to fight back, because if he did this to anyone else in his age bracket, I bet he would have been fucking snapped in half. He sounds like a dweeb.
I'm just trying to get by, Pipsqueak.
Huh?
I need to get by this way. I got OCD, so I gotta walk around on the right every single time, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. Got a problem with me?
Nothing I know of.
Well, it seems like it.
Such a fucking strong, intimidating man. Wait till you see his next prank of taking candy from a baby. This guy is badass. I truly don't understand who watches this shit. Now, I know the easy default answer everyone goes to is kids, and 99% of the time I know they're right, but in a case like this is so pathetic that I feel like even children would be laughing at this guy. Like, even children would be insulting this dork. Like, just look at the way he's talking here. You got a problem with me? Pushes up glasses, readjusts fedora. Seems like you do. Like, no one's gonna even find that humorous. You're doing it to an extremely nice old man. You just look like a huge asshole and you're providing nothing of entertainment here. The old man is fucking clapping you by not responding and just, like, dismissing you as some kind of, like, you know, escaped mental asylum patient. Like, I don't know how you could ever upload this and not feel shame. This, I can't imagine the mind space to be in where you'd be proud of it. I really can't.
Standing here looking me in my eye, trying to do a stare down or something. I don't know what you're trying to do. I'm just trying to get my ice cream and go home. That's all.
Damn, what a hard line. The spiritual pressure around him just knocked out 5 different customers across the store when he said that. I'm just here to get my ice cream and go home. I don't want no problems, bub. I don't want no trouble. Jesus Christ. I'm just here to get my ice cream and go home. Yeah, mom says I need to be home by 9. This video is a little on the older side. It was at the end of last year, I believe. And not only did he go home, he also went offline, thank God. So it seems like a lot of people must have laughed him off of TikTok because the original account I can't find anymore. But these harassing older people pranks in public aren't uncommon. There's quite a few TikTok superstars that like to engage in that. One of them that blew up a while ago, also on the other side, is the one where people would just grab a hose at Home Depot or Lowe's and just spray random old people as they walked by.
This way. Oh, huh? Oh, how do you turn this off? Oh, snap. Oh, shoot. Oh, snap. Whoa, whoa. Oh, snap. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm trying to turn it off. I didn't know how to turn it off. I think it's off now. Oh, snap. Oh.
The caption says that the prank went wrong, which is the classic clickbait. I'm actually this is getting off topic, but I'm actually somewhat nostalgic for the gone wrong phrase now, because that used to be such a massive clickbait meme like 10 years ago, and to see that it's been revived on TikTok is actually somewhat nostalgic. Like seeing an old, well, not friend, but like an old enemy that now you kind of have a soft spot for. Kind of like when you go back and rewatch SpongeBob, where as a kid, Squidward was like this big, mean guy, like real rude asshole. But now when you go back and watch it as an adult, you're like, nah, I kind of feel for him. That's how I feel about like the Gone Wrong title. But anyway, it's titled, you know, spraying people with the hose prank gone wrong, but nothing goes wrong, as is standard procedure for that title. Everyone he sprays here was super nice about it. They're like, hey, wait, what's going on? And he's like, oh, I just can't turn the hose off. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, all right. No problems at all. At least not that I saw. Like, everyone was super, super sweet. He just sprayed them, and they were like, oh, man, what a bummer. But it's okay, you didn't mean to. But little do they know, that was the whole reason he was even out in public that day, just to make some people's lives a little less pleasant. Just to be a huge fucking nuisance and a big inconvenience to the people around him. And the spraying people with the hose prank actually did catch on. It's like a year old or so. This was pretty big for a little while, so there's a lot of videos of pranksters doing this one, and all of them seem to target exclusively elderly people. And the reason should be pretty obvious, because they know that they're not going to fight them, and if they do, they probably stand a good chance of winning the fight against them because they are old. Actual fucking weenies here. And for some reason, it seems to be like old people is the main demographic that get targeted by these public nuisance pranksters. For some reason, well, I don't even know why I'm saying for some reason. We know the reason. They're not going to do this to someone that's actually going to beat their ass. Like, they're not going to get their shit pushed in by somebody for the sake of their TikTok videos. Like, we already saw that happen once and the guy ended up getting shot. So they're targeting older people because they feel more confident that there's not going to be something that's going to lead to them being hospitalized. It's just such a pathetic thing to do for some internet brownie points. Like, is there anything more shameful? Like, these are just complete strangers just going about their day like everyone else, and you just go out of your way to just be this cringe douchebag that tries to farm them for views on TikTok by harassing them, or in some cases even just like assaulting them. There are some degenerate pranksters on there, and a lot of it is targeted at older people. It sucks. But anyway, just wanted to insult them and talk about this a little bit since I saw that video of the shopping cart tough guy, the don't tussle with the muscle, and the ice cream section. You might encounter the boogeyman. When I saw that, I just thought, I've got to just make fun of this guy and all of the other pranksters that do this kind of shit. So anyway, that's really about it. So yeah. About 5 months ago, I made a video about a YouTube prankster who had just gotten shot for doing one of his degenerate harassment pranks on a stranger in public, and he survived the shooting and luckily learned his lesson. He had a big come-to-Jesus moment while in the hospital fighting for his life, and he realized the error of his ways and vowed to be a better person as a result of it. I'm just kidding. If I was Pinocchio, my nose would grow so much it'd poke the camera from here with the size of that lie. This isn't a Hallmark movie. This is a douchebag with no self-awareness and no grip on reality. He truly believes everyone around him is NPCs for his content, so what actually happened is, after he got shot and survived, he vowed to keep making prank videos with a big fucking douchey smile on his face. And now, fast forward to today, the jury has just passed their verdict on the shooter. So to break down the situation, this YouTuber, his name is Tanner, was performing a prank on a stranger who told him to stop a couple times and then shot him. He was then taken in by authorities where he faced a couple of charges, the biggest one being aggravated malicious wounding, and now today we have our answers to what happens next. Also, the video of the prank and subsequently him getting shot has released. So let's go ahead and start with that footage before we see what the jury ruled in this case.
What?
Quit thinking about my twinkle.
What's that mean?
Quit thinking about my twinkle.
No.
Quit thinking about my twinkle.
Get out of my face and call cops on me. Stop.
Quit thinking about my twinkle.
Stop!
I have to pause at the climax here because I can't show you someone getting shot, obviously, but you can see exactly what's about to happen. Only Tanner can't. Tanner looks as though he's perpetually caught by the orb of confusion in SpongeBob. He is just a legitimately stupid-looking human being who has not registered that there are people out there that aren't in the most healthy of headspace, so if you harass them, they are going to snap. And that's exactly what happened here. Now, in the previous video, I mentioned that the individual that shot Tanner, his name is Coley, is someone that's not exactly an anime hero to be cheering for. I know everyone hates pranksters, but what he did here is an unhinged response to the situation. I dislike pranksters as much as anybody. I look at a prankster like Tanner the same way I look at a cockroach, with disgust and anger. But even still, just because he's being obnoxious doesn't mean that shooting him is the right course of action. It only takes 20 seconds from the time Tanner fee-fi-fo-fums his way over to this guy before he gets shot, and he only tells him a couple of times to stop. Now, I also don't know what the prank even is here. He's just playing something from his phone that I can't actually make out the real words of. I think it says, "Are you looking at my twinkle?" or something. Which is fucking stupid. What is the prank? This is just shameful. Like, he doesn't deserve to be shot. He deserves to be bullied. endlessly for this, and made fun of, and spit on constantly. This is just such revolting dog shit that I truly think he should lose the right to make videos for the rest of his life. I wish the judge would just rule that he can no longer have access to a phone, and if he's ever caught with editing software on his computer, it's 10 years in the slammer for going against the ruling. Like, it's for his safety, because eventually Tanner's just going to get himself killed since he doesn't want to stop doing pranks like this. In fact, the only lesson he learned from this is that getting shot was great for exposure for his trash-ass YouTube channel, but if he's unable to make videos for the rest of his life, it not only protects him from dying, it also protects the rest of his community from being bothered by this absolute parasite loser vermin. So, there's just nothing but wins across the board if he's forbidden from making videos. I'm telling you, that might be the solution here.
Coley's defense attorneys argued self-defense, and since this happened, the social media world has really gotten behind Coley, saying Cook was harassing him, a complete stranger. Now, you heard Coley tell Cook to stop a few times, but then pulled that gun and shot one round, injuring the YouTuber.
This was the big thing when the story came out because the prank wasn't known. There have been a couple of cases that I also talked about in that video where YouTube pranksters did something legitimately life-threatening to a stranger, such as a YouTuber pulling a fake robbery with a knife prank where they like ran up to someone with a knife and they got shot and killed for it. So there was a chance that this could be a legitimate self-defense moment where Coley was in a situation where he feared for his life, where his life was in danger. But now that the footage is out there, it's pretty clear that the only thing Coley was in danger of was cringe from Tanner. So it's not exactly the most appropriate response to that to shoot him. It is harassment, and I really wish Tanner had also been charged for, you know, like harassment or something, or at the very least, criminal cringe.
Coley was found not guilty of aggravated malicious wounding and guilty of shooting into an occupied dwelling because this happened inside the mall. Coley faces 2 to 10 years in prison when he's sentenced. Cook, for his part, says he plans to continue making his YouTube prank videos.
It almost brings a tear to my eye seeing that we are all unified by our mutual dislike for pranksters like Tanner. Embedded deep in the human DNA is a hatred for pranksters like this. So even the jury ruled not guilty on the more extreme charge, but guilty on the lesser charge. So they argued that because Tanner is a pretty tall man with a pretty imposing stature, Cook felt intimidated by him, and since he kept refusing to acknowledge and accept his request to stop what he was doing, he felt legitimately threatened and fearful, which is why he drew the gun and shot it. It was an act of self-defense. And while I'm still not fully agreeing with that, I do actually understand it the more I think about it. I'm looking at this through the lens of someone who's been on the internet for like 20 years and have seen the rise, fall, and then resurgence of insufferable assholes like Tanner, these pranksters that just go out in public and treat people like props to exploit. But someone like Coley may have no idea that this type of demon exists. So to him, he's just minding his own business, and then all of a sudden you have this absolute Goliath goober come up to you, put a phone in your face with one of his friends doing the same, that's just saying some weird shit that makes no sense to you. You ask them to stop, he's not stopping, now he's following you around, and he's also got like this blank psychopathic stare that he's doing to Coley the entire time, so it actually would be pretty alarming and scary. So maybe there is a real argument there that he did feel legitimately threatened by this guy, and the jury certainly seemed to think so, but they did find him guilty on a lesser, albeit still serious charge, which Coley's defense attorney is saying is a bit of hooey. They're saying that the conviction on the firearms charge is inconsistent with the law given Coley's acquittal on self-defense grounds, so he's asking the judge to set aside the conviction, and the judge will hear arguments on the issue next month. Now, even the news reporter was saying that not many people were on Tanner's side, but you know what? Let's hear from Tanner himself. Maybe this is his chance to win over a few hearts here, and maybe get some new fans on board that might want to see more of such a humble gentleman. Let's see what he has to say about all of this.
And regardless of the outcome, you know, the jury's the jury, and we totally respect how our law plays out, and this was the outcome today, and we respect that.
Yeah, Tanner,
Yeah.
Let's go.
Just real quick.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks. He is like an actual apocalypse of cringe. Jeepers creepers. It's like if you took every single unlikable trait about a human being and combined them into a petri dish and grew it into something that resembled a human, it would look like Tanner. He actually reminds me so much of James Corden, and that might be why just watching him do something as stupid as making this silly face makes me want to puke. He looks like James Corden if he was just scaled up. Like if you didn't maintain the James Corden aspect ratio and stretched his image, it would look like Tanner. I think I've really got to the bottom of why everyone dislikes him, even aside from just being a trash prankster.
Tanner, you said you wanted to... What's your message to the people who might have a question about your content itself?
I don't know. I guess we'll just have to keep watching.
So you'll continue to make videos?
Yeah, probably. We'll see, you know?
How disappointed are you about this?
I really don't care. I mean, it is what it is. It's God's plan at the end of the day, so...
He acts like what 12-year-olds in the 90s think would be cool. I bet he wish he had a cigarette that he could light right there. I don't really care. God's plan at the end of the day. And then just like flicks it into a bush or something. It's mind-boggling to me how this guy gets shot and not only doesn't learn any valuable lessons from it, but instead uses it to get an even bigger ego and somehow views it as a positive thing, like, hey, you guys are gonna have to come watch now, huh? See what's next. Like, I don't know how he can't realize that him getting shot is an indication that he sucks. Like, he actually fucking super sucks. Like, a turbo loser. I don't know, it's just almost impressive, the delusion here. I also can't help but be a bit curious here, because this was the best moment of his life, I guess, because he did get a lot of attention from it, and that's clearly all he cares about. Attention means more to him than air, and life itself, I guess. So... is he going to have to keep amplifying the extreme nature of his pranks, hoping to keep getting shot, to keep his audience hooked? Because the people that go to him now aren't going to be there for his, like, really, you know, lame stuff, like going to Target and bothering employees. No, now they're going to want to see him putting his life on the line in every prank. So what's his next batch of content going to be? Going to a gun show and calling everybody cucks until he gets shot again? Who knows? He's full of awful ideas, but one thing's for sure. I won't be watching. Fuck this guy. I just wanted to give you an update on this whole situation. That's about it. See ya. It's not often talked about, but I think it's something important to finally shine a light on some heroes in the YouTube community. The pranksters. It's a very dangerous occupation. In fact, there's already been 2 pranksters that have died for their craft, risking it all for the sake of nobody's entertainment. Because that shit sucks. The vast majority of YouTube pranksters are these carbon copy clones of pranks that were popular 10 years ago for children that have now grown up and find it cringe. But for some reason, there still are channels that do the exact same pranks that were popular a decade ago, hoping that it'll catch fire once again. And for the most part, it hasn't. Though there are a few exceptions for prank channels that are popular and people do still appreciate them. But I would argue at least they're trying different things. Even though I'm not big into prank content, some of the ones that are popular aren't doing the same exact shit from 10 years ago. You know, the stepping on people's shoes in the hood prank. That kind of shit that used to be super huge. There are still channels that try that and completely fall flat because no one wants to see it. It's trash. And what a lot of people learned is the vast majority of prank channels faked it. And for obvious reason, because you can't really go around with the whole giving people a titty twister in the hood prank gone wrong and expect not to get your ass beat. So they'd have to fake the whole scenario in order for the video to work, so that way they didn't end up in the fucking hospital or in the ground in a goddamn coffin. But a lot of kids that grew up on that content must have not realized that they were fake, because twice now in the last couple of years, 2 pranksters have been shot. One of them died. He was doing the, like, fake robbery prank where he charged at someone in a parking lot with a knife. The person turned around and just fucking executed him like John Wick. So he got shot and died for it. And now, what we're talking about today, a YouTube prankster named Tanner Cook pulled some prank in a mall that they haven't revealed what it was yet, that ended up getting him shot in the stomach and nearly killed him, but he pulled through. And in fact, this is actually a heartwarming tale because he got shot and he immediately learned that that was great for his channel growth. So his channel grew by like 5,000 subscribers, and he made it clear in his interview after surviving the shooting and after surgery that he can't wait to get back to doing more of that content. He's an up-and-coming YouTube sensation. He does pranks where he's just a public nuisance. So he was doing a prank video in the mall, and a guy pulled out a gun and shot him in the stomach. It was a critical injury, but he's pulled through. And luckily, this has really helped open his eyes, because he gave an interview where he said he can't wait to get back to doing it because it's his passion. Doing shitty pranks got him shot, and he can't wait to go back to doing more shitty pranks. Oh no, this is the aftermath of the shooting. Where's the interview? So this one?
Tonight you'll hear from the 21-year-old YouTuber shot at Dallas Town Center in Virginia.
Our map. USA 9 and 31-year-old Alan Coley. This witness capturing the moment deputies arrested Coley, who is now facing felony charges including aggravated malicious wounding.
I was just playing a prank, a simple practical joke, and the guy didn't take it very well and shot me.
Officials
not fierce.
And even after being shot, Cook says he plans to continue making videos because it's his passion. Now giving this simple statement to the community.
Just
wholesome.
stay safe out there.
To be clear, the Loudoun County Sheriff.
What a great takeaway. He can't wait to get back to it because it's his passion. Bothering people and filming it for your YouTube pranks. Hey, at the very least, he's not faking the pranks. And I guarantee he said it's just a prank, bro, after he got shot. I guarantee it. This is not the only time this has happened. I actually covered a story like this, I think 2 years ago. YouTube prankster tried to play a prank in a parking lot, and the prank was killer clowns or something. So he charged them with a knife, and someone turned around, shot him, and he died. This is far from the only time a prankster's been shot. She killed her boyfriend while doing a YouTube prank. That's another one I talked about. That one's like old. That's like 2016. I don't even know what the prank was. But basically it boiled down to this couple wanted to make a viral YouTube prank. So a guy held up a book in front of his chest and his girlfriend shot him. And unsurprisingly, the bullet went straight through the book, straight through his chest, and killed him. Don't know what the prank was, but yeah, that was another one. It was a fucking Desert Eagle, too. Yeah, it was. She shot him with like a fucking fat round. Desert Eagle versus Dictionary. Yeah, I guess so. Wasn't a very competitive match. A lot of people always ask me what happened to the girl who shot her boyfriend, so I'll just give you a little bit of closure to this story. She did go to jail for a short period of time and is now under 10 years probation, and she's also banned from owning firearms, obviously. So that's kind of what happened there, and it's just a really tragic story where the pursuit of clout ended up with someone dead from one of the dumbest fucking ideas of all time. I still to this day can't fully figure out what the actual plan was. They both thought that a thick book would stop a bullet from a fucking Desert Eagle. They must have been mainlining stupid juice or something, just fucking injecting dumb particles right into their body to make them think that would work. So they even hyped it up like this is going to be one of the most dangerous videos we'll ever film. And so he grabbed an encyclopedia and she fired a fucking Desert Eagle at him, which obviously just tore straight through the encyclopedia and killed him, as 30 onlookers watched on. So I guess they turned this into like some kind of spectator sport and invited friends and family over to watch. I don't know if prank is even the right word for it. I think this was supposed to be some kind of like, you know, death-defying stunt. But there was no defying. There was just death. So he died, and that, of course, has been a very sad story because they did have a child together and she was pregnant with another child at the time. And that's kind of where that one wrapped up. I believe this was the first case of a YouTube prankster getting shot and dying as a result of a prank. So they were kind of pioneers in that field there. They were the first to do it. But anyway, let's get back to talking about Tanner Cook. His pranks are generic as they get. It's like if you ask ChatGPT to come up with prank ideas for you. It's just absolute clone of 10 years ago pranks. Being obnoxious and trying to make people upset so that way you can get a video out of the whole situation. It's just the same tried and true formula that worked 10 years ago and doesn't really work anymore. But there are people like Tanner that continue to try. I don't really know how you have a passion for making that kind of content. It's just having a passion for being an asshole, which is just a weird thing to say with pride. Now what's brutal is Tanner's own audience is eating him alive like piranhas that just had a piece of lunch meat dropped into the pond. He is getting torn to shreds in the comments saying things like, can't wait for Tanner to post the crying video and shit like that. It's brutal. Now, there's even people trying to defend the shooter saying that maybe Tanner was doing like a dangerous prank and was shot in self-defense. I guess it is possible, but unlikely. I don't think Tanner was doing a, you know, knife robbery prank or anything like that. He was probably just doing more of his obnoxious, annoying pranks, and getting shot for that is clearly some unhinged shit. I'm not someone that's cheering for the shooter, and I watched Mudahar's video on it, and he even revealed some information about the shooter as well that makes it pretty clear this guy was not exactly any kind of hero even before this shooting, assuming all of that information is accurate. I would wager a guess that the prank Tanner pulled was once again one of his stupid fucking, you know, fake Target employee things where he's asking people to smoke with him and just constantly pestering him. And you don't deserve to be shot for that. You deserve to be bullied and made fun of for that. Not shot. That's not exactly a good excuse to fucking shoot somebody because they were obnoxious. Now again, I don't know what the prank was. I guess there is a non-zero chance he was doing one of the dangerous pranks where, you know, threatening someone with a knife or making threats to somebody, and then you could probably make an argument that maybe it was self-defense, but we just don't know right now, and I'm very curious to see what comes from this, because the shooter is of course being charged. Like, he didn't just shoot this guy and the cops are like, well, he was cringe, so you're free to go, sir. Like, he is obviously being charged for shooting this man. And we don't know exactly what led to it, so that's something I'm going to keep my eye on. But this was absolutely a massive fuck around and find out moment, and he still didn't learn anything from it, it seems. He sounds like plans on going right back to doing these pranks for his channel, which is just crazy to me. That blows my mind. To be so lost in the sauce that even after getting shot, it only further cements their belief that he is in the right and he is making bangers because he just got shot for it. That's, I don't know, that is absolutely wild to me. But anyway, just wanted to talk about this a little bit because this is once again another case where a YouTube prankster gets themselves shot. That's about it. See ya. For almost a decade now, I've said multiple times how the worst content on YouTube comes from YouTube pranksters. There is nothing more deplorable, heinous, or dog shit than a YouTuber doing pranks. Watching a prank video is more painful than walking in on your significant other cheating on you. There's only two unforgivable sins in the Lord's eyes, and one of them is watching pranksters, and the second one is not liking anime. It's just so fucking gross. This shit is so bad. Like, really fucking terrible, and the douchebags behind the prank channels are some of the most insufferable assholes the internet has to offer. The man who goatseed himself is probably a more likable content creator than the entirety of the YouTube pranksters combined. His asshole has more personality than all of the androids behind these garbage prank videos. It's truly abhorrent stuff. And you know what I'm talking about, the walking around in public and pissing on people's shoes and then saying it's just a prank, bro, so they can't get mad at me, and if they get mad, they're the bad guy. I'm the victim here. I told him it was a prank. I don't know why he's upset. I just spit in his face. That kind of douchebag. Or swapping grandma's medicine out with ketamine, gone sexual. The worst people on the internet are the ones that are pulling pranks. Now, of course, they're all fake, but not every child knows that. And today, I'm going to tell you the story about a kid named Timothy Welks. Timothy Welks was a 20-year-old kid in Tennessee who grew up watching YouTube pranksters and aspired to be one himself. But he was never in on the joke. He never believed Santa Claus was fake. He thought the pranks he was seeing was real. And he had a plan to become a YouTube sensation prankster. His plan was to charge a family with butcher knives wearing a mask, and when he pulled this prank off 2 days ago, he was fatally shot and killed. What's especially wild about this story is this kind of prank, the robbery prank, isn't some unknown, taboo, uncharted territory kind of thing. He wasn't like Christopher Columbus discovering a new type of prank. This man was doing a very common prank. The robbery prank is one of the most common ones these insufferable assholes on YouTube will do, where they stage a robbery as a prank. They'll charge people with weapons like a fucking chainsaw, or sometimes unloaded weapons or blades and shit, while they're dressed as like Scary Steve from Minecraft, and be like, give me your wallet and all your condoms, shit like this, and like shake them down for it. And then they'll be like, oh, it's just a prank, bro, you're not actually getting robbed. And like, oh, you jokesters, oh, you rapscallions, and that's the whole video. It's absolutely fucking terrible, but the people they prank are obviously in on it. It's all staged. Timothy Wilkes and other people like him don't know that. So Timothy chose someone that wasn't in on it, and he charged them with butcher knives as he was dressed up like he was from fucking Comic-Con, and he was shot and killed. And I don't know if this is real, but there is a source that was released by one of the publications that said it was the audio from the incident, and since this was filmed for a prank, there is clearly film of it that exists, but that hasn't been released. But I did hear audio, and his last words after the gunshots were, "It's just a prank, bro," as he was dying and crying. I don't know if that's real, but there is no doubt in my mind when this did happen, he absolutely shouted, "It's just a prank, bro." And those were most likely some of his last words. That is some of the saddest shit. You couldn't write a more poetically pitiful conclusion. To have been misled by these awful people on the internet to such a degree that you end up giving your life for the sake of a fucking prank. What an awful, awful, awful way to go out. The person I feel the most bad for is, of course, the man that shot him. He was a guy that was just acting in self-defense. He saw two people, Timothy Wilkes and his friend, both dressed up in masks, charging him with butcher knives, and he armed himself and shot. The dude's not like James Bond or Rambo. He wasn't going around hunting bad guys. He was getting charged by two people he didn't know with knives, so he armed himself and defended himself. And luckily he hasn't been charged with anything because he shouldn't be. It was clearly self-defense. Timothy Wilkes and his group were 100% in the wrong here, and it takes a real fucking psychopath to pull a prank like this. It takes someone extremely delusional to think that this is somehow an okay prank or anything like that. These fucking pranks are so stupid. The punchline is literally, "Ha ha ha, you thought you were about to die." Now, of course, in all the other ones, it's all fake and the people are clearly in on it, but in a case like this, Timothy Wilkes literally thought this was going to be a good prank. Like, he'd go up to these people, make them fear for their lives, and then at the end they'd all be laughing, slapping ass, and then grabbing themselves a little beer or something. I just don't understand how someone could be so incredibly delusional. It's baffling. It's absolutely shocking and disturbing that someone could actually think that charging strangers with a butcher knife and then saying it's just a prank would make everything okay. It's fucking wild. But yeah, I wanted to just talk about this story a little bit because for years now I've mentioned how these insufferable asshole YouTubers that command their audience of 11-year-olds literally brainwash them into thinking horrible things are okay or normal, and that a lot of these kids don't recognize that the shit they do is fake, and that's bad and dangerous. And this is exactly what I was talking about. Timothy Wilkes isn't the only kid that believes the pranks he sees on YouTube are real. I'm sure there's others, but none of the other ones are crazy enough to charge people with knives and wearing masks like it's the fucking purge. So it's just one of those freak things that was always going to happen when you have absolute fucking degenerates making dog shit pranks where they're like kidnapping their friends and putting them through Saw games and then saying it's just a prank at the end and then everyone's all smiles. Fucking ripping their dick off and then just saying it's a prank and they're like, "Oh shit, you got me, yeah, my penis is gone, should have seen it coming, that was a fucking epic prank, friend." It's crazy. Fucking crazy. Horrible situation here, and I feel horrible for the guy that ended up killing Timothy in self-defense. That's gotta be a traumatic experience for him, and well, it's just a situation that should have never happened in the first place. Terrible. That's it. See ya. I don't like attempted murder. I said it. Go ahead, dry your tears. I'm not taking it back. I'm not going to censor myself. I don't care whose feathers get ruffled by that take. I don't like attempted murderers. And by extension, I don't like successful murderers either. But today I saw a video of some pranksters, I think. I don't even know. Just some downright losers who treated attempted murder as content. One guy, Mr. Olympiad, a giant chair, like a really heavy chair, and then threw it off the 3rd floor of a mall where it plummeted 3 stories down, nearly hitting bystanders at the bottom. Which, if it did hit them, absolutely would have killed them.
Go, 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 yalla. Yalla. There's no way this guy's doing it. Oh.
What the fuck is that?
That sound that the cameraman makes is the exact sound Bart makes when Homer strangles him. That is just one of the worst sounds I've ever heard a human being make. It sounds like he's being waterboarded in honey, like really thick, and he's just gargling it up. The caption saying, "No way bro almost killed someone, nah," with the crying laughing emojis is just diabolical. It's just evil. I'm sure the reaction would have been exactly the same if that did go down there and just fucking blow somebody up. If someone did die from that, I'm sure the caption would have just been tweaked a little bit like, "Bro just killed somebody, what a menace," laughing crying emoji. It's to this point where people like this that grow up with social media convincing them that everyone around them is an NPC to exploit and use for content, it just makes them believe that everyone around them is just not even real. Like, they're not even human beings. So if someone died there, shit, that's just more content for them. It's really scary.
Cody. Oh, no, Cody. What the hell is this? Come on. There's no way I did that.
That's where it stops. He is in disbelief he did that, nearly killing people for this stunt. It's not a stunt. He just grabbed a heavy object and threw it over the railing at the mall. What the fuck? This happened at Westfield Stratford, and from what I've read, police are investigating it. But I'm at the point where I just have no faith in authorities to ever actually punish people that do this shit harshly. Like, pranksters get to run rampant, like, just being a complete nuisance, hurting people, harassing people, in this case, nearly fucking killing people. And it's just to the point that I really think we need to be a lot harder on it, because that 100% should be attempted murder. Look at how close it was to hitting the people down below there. That's like dropping a fucking anvil out of a cartoon on somebody, but it's real life. That is just going to flatten them. If they survive, it would be a miracle, and they would 100% be suffering from permanent debilitating injuries, most likely some kind of paralysis. But the most likely outcome is they would have died if that hit them, and it was very close to hitting them. It immediately reminded me of those people that were throwing rocks over the interstate and ended up killing people from it. So I looked into it because I never remembered the aftermath. Well, in both cases where someone was murdered by the rock throwing over the interstate, they got off pretty easy. Like, there was a little bit of jail time, but everyone involved in those rock-throwing interstate murders, they're all free now. I think that sucks. Like, I understand they were kids doing that, but kids know how dangerous that is. Part of the game was causing damage to the vehicles, they just didn't expect someone to die from it. Like, they know how dangerous that is. So the excuse of, oh, they're kids, they don't know any better, just doesn't fly. Because they obviously know. That was like the whole point of the game, is causing damage and pain. Like, why is that not more harshly punished? And they were, like, they attempted to try them as adults, but it got overturned. I'm not here to get into the nitty-gritty of those cases, but the point is, why are we not harder on shit like this? In this video, we just saw them nearly kill people, and they recognize that, and to them, it's just a big joke. People's lives don't mean anything to them. It's just a laughing matter to them. Like, it's not Looney Tunes. It's not like a piano falling on somebody's head in Looney Tunes where you see stars and you have piano key teeth. They almost just killed people. Like, I really hope that this investigation that they're conducting to find them results in a very serious sentencing. Big update as I was making this video. 15 minutes ago this was published stating that 2 teenagers have been arrested after a viral video showed a chair being launched from a 3rd floor balcony at Stratford Westfield, narrowly missing shoppers on Saturday. Police said a 14-year-old and 16-year-old boy were arrested on suspicion of criminal damage after a heavy seat was thrown from the shopping center's 3rd floor. That's good they've been arrested, and now it's time to actually make an example out of this. You might remember a year or so ago, actually I don't remember how long it's been now, there was a prankster who was terrorizing the UK, breaking into houses, attacking people, jumping on people, threatening people, stealing people's dogs, and that prankster got arrested like 5 times, and every single time they just let him go. No slap on the wrist, no real consequences at all, and that prankster was well aware of it, even just openly mocking authorities for how light they were on everything he was doing. Eventually, they actually did give him, I think it was an 18-week prison sentence, and when he finished that, guess what? He stopped doing it. I just checked on him a moment ago, just going through his Instagram, And it seems like he has actually turned his life around and he is trying to be better. He's just now celebrating his ability to drive a car, saying no more breaking into people's houses. So it looks like, and who would imagine, if you actually punish people for really shitty behavior like this, it helps not only everyone around them, but the person themselves. So in this case, I know they're kids, but they knew that this could kill people and they didn't care. This should be treated with the severity that it warrants. It was risking innocent people's lives. So there is no benefit to just taking it easy on them because, oh, they didn't know any better. They did. They absolutely did. They even say that they did, recognizing that people could have died. So I think it stands to reason that this should be something they take very, very seriously. Not just a slap on a wrist. Not just a $200 fine because you hurt that chair and, well, there was a little damage to the floor. And don't do it again while shaking your finger at them. None of that shit. I really think this should be a time to make an example. Like, no more of this, we're going to crack down on it. Because, as has been shown, if you let them just keep getting away with doing shit like this that jeopardizes the safety of others, they're going to keep doing it because it's big on social media. By just letting pranksters fucking steamroll you and letting them just go hog wild, it's bad for everybody. I really think that Mizzy, that's the prankster I referenced earlier, is a great example for how, when you do actually finally give repercussions for this kind of shit, it's a beautiful deterrent that stops others from trying to emulate it, and it also helps that person to recognize how unacceptable it is, and they become better for it. So I know I've been yapping about this for a while, but it's just so fucking frustrating to see the dangerous kind of shit that continues to just escalate, it seems. So, they arrested them. Good. Now, don't just let it be a nothing burger. This needs to be a time to set an example that this kind of shit is not okay. Yes, it was extremely lucky and fortunate no one died in this, but who's to say that it won't lead to a death the next time they do some unhinged shit like this? So, yeah, that's really about it. See ya.
What's up, everybody? It's Critical. YouTube trends are getting so bad they're starting to kill people now. This story right here is one of the stupidest stories I've seen in quite a while. It's also incredibly sad and disturbing. So the short of it, this couple had a channel. I'm not going to say the name of the channel because I don't want people to go on there and harass them or anything like that. So it's a fresh channel that aimed to emulate what a lot of successful channels on YouTube are currently doing, which is fake shitty pranks. Prank is a word that has completely lost all meaning whatsoever. Popular pranks include kissing actresses on the street after playing rock, paper, scissors and paying them a lot of money to make out with you on camera, pissing on people's shoes and making people angry but saying it's just a prank so they're wrong for being angry, and all of it's staged, but somehow the majority of people under the age of 13 think that the pranks are very entertaining and real, and I just think the whole situation of pranks on YouTube is perhaps the worst thing that ever happened to the platform. But I'm not here to rant about fake pranks and shit. These two, their prank that killed this man was, he held up a book and she shot the book with a .50 caliber round. I don't know how the fuck this is even loosely considered a prank. Who's being pranked? I guess the boyfriend because he died from it, so joke's on him, but even by YouTube standards, no one would really consider this stunt a prank. They would consider it a stunt, an Evel Knievel type stunt, except dialed to 3000, or maybe magic, an illusion like the catching bullet magic trick, except that takes planning and you don't actually just fucking execute someone with a gun. So, unsurprisingly, when the girlfriend shot the book, it went right through the book and just obliterated the man. He died, and it was right in front of their 3-year-old daughter. I don't know how the fuck they got their hands on a .50 caliber round. That's not exactly easy to acquire. That's not something you can just walk outside and pick off of a fucking bush. But somehow they acquired the tools necessary for this video idea that they thought was going to explode and go viral. But the only thing that exploded was the man's chest after the .50 caliber round went right through it. I don't know how stupid you have to be to think a book can stop a .50 caliber round and just get lodged on page 200 or something, depending on the thickness of the book. But you could have a fucking building in between you and a .50 caliber round, and there's still a good chance that bullet's gonna get right through you. A .50 caliber round is no joke whatsoever. You can't hold up Harry Potter Chamber of Secrets and expect to fucking block a .50 caliber round. It's not a vibranium shield like Captain America. It doesn't say what book they tried to use to stop the bullet, but anything shy of adamantium was doomed to fail. I imagine they probably used a phone book, and that's just not even close to thick enough. However, if they had used my overpriced college textbook on physiology, there's a really good chance that it may have actually stopped the 50 caliber round. This whole story really is extremely sad because now the daughter is traumatized, the girlfriend will never forget this, and she's definitely going to jail for it. And the whole situation could have been avoided if YouTubers hadn't distorted what a prank was and have to keep one-upping themselves with kidnap prank gone wrong, almost killing my brother gone sexual, shit like that, and then it encourages stupid people to give it a try too, and then they do some dumb shit like this. Now, in a world of fake pranks on YouTube, I will commend these two for at least giving it the real deal. They used a real 50 caliber round, a real book, and this was a real gone wrong prank. Well, that's about it. I just wanted to share this story with you because it made me extremely sad and angry to read about it. So, yeah, that's it. See ya. I don't like most pranksters. I'll give you a moment to recover from the shock of me saying that out loud. I know some of you have speculated that for a long time, but I'm just going to hit you with the truth point blank. I am not a fan of most modern pranksters. Whew, it feels good to get that off my chest finally. It's a weight off my shoulders. Today I want to make fun of some douchebags that pull pranks in Walmart, because Walmart has become a hotspot for the worst pranks ever by the biggest douchebags on the internet. TikTok has contaminated the minds of many young people into thinking that Walmart is only inhabited by NPCs that are there to be used for your awful TikTok videos, so this has only been growing in popularity and only getting more and more insufferable to watch.
Shopping like us. What do you mean what are we trying to do? We're shopping. We just do it differently.
So the quirky prank starts out here as shopping carts stacked on top of each other and throwing them into the top one. I don't know what's supposed to be entertaining about that. Maybe for like a 6-year-old to clap it like, whoa, look how high that is. Whoa, that's not usually how you shop at Walmart. Whoa. It's not even like a prank or a joke. It's just so lame. It's so unbelievably lame.
The cart's down, or I will call the cops and they can come and ask you.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
This is discrimination against vegans.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
That's okay, guys.
Who are you?
Snitch.
Yeah, I'm a snitch.
Well, I'm security. You're fired.
I'm allowed now to say you guys are fucking idiots.
Ordinarily, I'd agree with the guy saying that they're fucking idiots, but unfortunately, they're just insufferable assholes playing to the TikTok algorithm that is perpetually feeding terminally online children this kind of content for them to consume for 1 minute and then forget it ever existed. Because parents don't want to raise their kids anymore, just set them in front of the iPad, it's easier that way, and have the internet do it. So all they're doing is providing noise for these kids to be stimulated by for a short period of time. Their humor here is XD random shit, so they're trapped in like 2011, if it wasn't obvious from the main guy's haircut. He looks like he's still the lead singer of like a fucking experimental emo band from 2006. Goober looks like he's gonna pay you to be in the top 8 of your MySpace so that way he could promote his new Broken Side collab. But yeah, they're just going around being disruptive. They were asked nicely to just take it down because it's stupid. They refuse and then they get all aggressive about it, putting up a big stink. And again, their humor is XD random, so he's like, are you thinking what I'm thinking? It's discrimination against vegans. Haha, holds up spork, does the narwhal bacon at midnight. So fucking cringe.
Oh yeah? You're a jerk.
Fuck you!
Can I grab the cookies? Let's go, I want...
We need to make a game plan here. What's the game plan?
Walk away. Guys.
And we don't look back. We don't look back.
They need to go back to Tumblr isolation ASAP. Like, good lord, don't let them out of the SCP containment facility. The cringe is unfucking bearable having them out in public. I just have a feeling Steve-O felt a pain in his ass as a hemorrhoid flared up having this guy wear his shirt while saying, can I grab the cookies on the way out? It's so awful. Like, there's no prank here. There's no entertainment here. It's just unbelievably fucking lame. So now they're just walking away from the cops. One of them's in an NPC shirt, so I'm guessing he's trying to lean into a character or something, which of course doesn't work at all. It's just trash.
Let's slow motion.
We fucked up big.
God damn it. Shit. Alright, I'm back in my safe spot.
Start walking to the car.
That's where the hard part is. Now, is this it?
Smells like it. Get in the fucking car.
Tastes
like it?
Sure does taste like it.
Oh, man.
Close the door, sir.
No, shut your own damn door.
Damn it. I can't believe we're not accepted.
Sorry.
It's so painfully annoying. The way he licks the car and goes, sure does taste like it. The only prayer we can have here is that he licked bird shit. Like, they just know they're not actually going to face any repercussions for this. So they just take the piss out of it in the worst way ever by pretending like it might not be their car, so they're knocking on it to check, licking it to check. Oh. It hurts. It just actually fucking hurts that content like that is popular on TikTok. Not that it's surprising. Like, of course it's not surprising. With the brain rot that's running rampant, it is anything but a shock. It just fucking sucks. But let me go ahead and show you a little bit more of a destructive Walmart prankster.
What's up, guys? Today we're in Walmart.
Ah, yes, the timeless classic. Knock shit over and leave, forcing the employees to clean up your mess and pick everything up. Good one. That's the entire joke right there. Just rides a bike into it, knocks all that shit over like he was bowling with it, and that's it. And it was so good, he said, I'd like to try it a second time. If there's any justice in the world, that would have played out like a Looney Tunes cartoon where each one of those containers was filled with bowling balls and anvils, so when he hits it, he just gave himself a severe concussion. But unfortunately, we don't live in a cartoon. We live in this fucking cringe society where this gets millions of views somehow. I don't know why I'm saying somehow. We know how. Because it's kids. I know that's like the biggest cope in the world, but it's true. It is only kids watching this. If you go to the comments, every single fucking comment is from a child losing their mind over how savage it is and all of that.
What in tarnation? What's going on?
Just those 2 cookies.
This one doesn't necessarily take place at a Walmart. This is just a little bonus here that I saw today. It's just this douchebag acting like a 4-year-old. That's the joke. So he takes 2 cookies out and says, just those 2, ring those up for me, please. And he puts as many sound effects as possible in here. Like, he crams as many sound bites as he can possibly fucking fit in this video, because he knows that that's the audience. Kids that need constant, like, referential sound bites and shit to stay hooked. And, like, the actual content here is nothing. Like, nothing happens. He puts the cookies there. The cashier wants nothing to do with him. He's fucking bored. He's over it immediately.
Wait a minute.
How much?
I get paid enough for this.
Wait, what are you doing? Are you calling someone? No, look, I took it out from the box right here. I got like 50 cents.
If you ever see someone being this uninterested in what you're doing, you need to take a long, hard look at the mirror and wonder where everything went wrong. This is a video that you couldn't fucking squeeze out of me for anything in the world. If I had filmed something like this, I would never let it see the light of day. I would break every fucking phone. I'd get all of the security camera footage to erase the existence of this moment happening. It's so fucking embarrassing and shameful. Yet this guy not only proudly posts it on his TikTok, but then he edits it to fill as much space as possible with fucking sound bites. It is so embarrassing.
Like, I opened the box and I just took 2 cookies out. Do you have to buy the whole box? Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Here comes Karen.
But I think I'll buy the whole box. Nah, I don't know him.
Oh my god, that just sends chills up my spine. Not only did they just completely have no interest in this garbage that this guy was trying to pull, they caught him with his pants down, hand in the cookie jar here, and called him out for recording a bad prank, and then they all just look at the camera. And you can tell that the main character here also gets super uneasy once he's found out the ruse is kaput. Holy shit, it's so shameful. But he still posted it, so I guess it wasn't too shameful for him. Half the people on TikTok don't even know what that word means, clearly. Yeah, I just wanted to show these pranks and make fun of the assholes in them a little bit. That's it. So yeah. There was an embarrassingly stinky horror movie that dropped a few years ago called The Bye Bye Man. The tagline was "Don't think it, don't say it." And that's the whole concept of the movie. Don't think the Bye Bye Man, don't say the Bye Bye Man's name, otherwise you summon him and give him powers and he's a real bad guy. I unironically view modern real-world pranksters in the same ways that movie viewed the Bye Bye Man. Just these evil people whom only care about people saying their name because it empowers them. Doesn't matter the context in which their name is used, it doesn't matter if people are shitting all over them, insulting them, doesn't matter. As long as their name is being uttered, they get like some kind of Kaioken times 10 boost and continue to make the worst fucking pranks of all time. And even though I know all they care about is people talking about them, I just don't have the strength to resist making fun of these clowns, these absolute losers. So I made a video a few days ago called The Worst Prankster Ever. And since then, a lot's happened. It's been going wacko mode right now with new developments in this story. But before getting into the new stuff, I'll go ahead and give you the brief previously on Dragon Ball Z recap. This is a TikTok prankster who's become known for just downright degenerate dogshit pranks, such as stealing people's pets, where one time he went to the park and walked up to a random old lady and stole her dog and ran away with it. Actual villain shit. His most famous prank is where he just barges into a random family's home while their tiny toddler children were home, probably scaring the fuck out of everyone there. And also making a big hubbub about the dad trying to get them out of the house, who was obviously very panicked. Like, actual breaking and entering pranks, like, that's something he did multiple times where he'd just go into random people's homes. Then, of course, there was the "Do you wanna die" prank, where he'd just go up to random people, sometimes wearing a balaclava, and ask them if they want to die, and keep pestering them with that question, and then have one of his friends run up on them, also wearing a balaclava, which obviously startled them and made people run away, fucking soiling their britches. Punchline to that Galaxy Brain joke was, he wasn't talking about dying as in, like, slitting their throat and burying them 6 feet deep. He'd pull out, like, a thing of hair dye. So one of those awful, old-school, dog-shit YouTube pranks of "you misinterpreted what I was saying, haha." But by then, most people had already ran away and shit their pants. Absolutely soiled their trousers, obviously. Another one, by far his most hilarious banger, blatant assault, where he just assaulted Orthodox Jews, which he did get arrested for briefly, but no real repercussions. I'm pretty sure they just sat him down and said, "Hey, that's not very good. Hey, be a little nicer out there, why don't you? Alright, go on now. You're good to go." So he hasn't faced any real repercussions for any of this shit, even though most of it is blatant fucking crimes. Until recently. He got arrested again a few days ago, and people were really celebrating, like, it's finally here! You know, consequences for these actions. And it turns out he was fined 350 pounds. he got a light fine, barely even a slap on the wrist. 350 pounds is probably what he made from one dog-stealing prank video, so that meant nothing to him. Now, he did get arrested again today, and we're still waiting to see what comes from that. I imagine a big fucking nothing sandwich yet again, but it's worth mentioning he has been arrested again, but no idea, as of recording this video right now, as to what's going to come from there. But I imagine it's going to be like another $100 fine and a stern talking to, which of course means absolutely fucking nothing to him, just like the last time he was arrested and fined. In fact, he took a victory lap and wears it like a Boy Scout badge of honor. So he's talking about how great it was that he got arrested. He even just openly spits on the law, saying how weak the UK's laws are around his crimes. Which he's right about, I guess. They really aren't taking any of this shit seriously. And then he even gave himself his own little press tour in order to keep his name in people's mouths. So he went on Piers Morgan's show and got absolutely slapped. This is one of the most embarrassing 10 minutes of television ever broadcast. I've never watched Piers Morgan's show, but I know people make fun of him for it all the time. But this time around, the only person getting made fun of was Mizzy. Bringing Mizzy onto his show was a PR blessing. It was like the best thing he could have done for his public image. Because Mizzy was awful on here. He couldn't formulate a single real response to any of the criticism that's been tossed his way. He just started rambling about nonsense. He was like actually up there fucking fighting ghosts. It was horrible. It was so bad he himself couldn't spin it in a positive light when he was trying to brag to his audience of 4 9-year-olds that still haven't developed object permanence that for some reason cheer on his madness. He was even saying like, guys, look, just heads up, the Piers Morgan interview didn't go how I wanted it to. He himself recognized how awful he looked here. He looked fucking pathetic. He got embarrassed in front of everyone again. Even though his videos embarrass him enough, he still went on and made an even bigger fool of himself by even doing this to begin with. And then he had the audacity to start plugging his socials on the program as if anyone watching Piers fucking Morgan is going to watch your streams or your TikTok content. Delusional. Absolutely delusional. He's been trying so hard to catapult all of this villain infamy he's gained into a career, but he just keeps getting embarrassed at every step of the way. Rightfully so.
Jumping on Jewish people.
See, I was
right,
jumping
already...
on Jewish people. Hold up, wait a minute,
well,
wait, no, stop.
You did.
Cool, it was a Jewish person, cool. But there was a trend going around on TikTok called 300. I've done this to numerous people, black people, white people, Asian, any types of people. I don't discriminate. So don't stop saying Orthodox Jewish person like I only targeted him and it was only him that I went for.
Why are you targeting anybody in that manner?
What do you mean, why am I targeting anyone? It was a trend, it was a trend. I just done it for a trend.
This is him talking about the assault prank, and I think it's a very interesting look at the completely distorted reality Mizzy lives in, where because something was a trend, that means that it's totally justifiable that he did it. It's still assault. What happens in the video, I'm not going to show it. He jumps on the Jewish man, which pushes him into the road and obviously scares the fuck out of him, and he very realistically could have been hit by a car, like 100%. You push this guy, basically, by jumping on top of him. Anything could have happened from there. That could have been an absolute fucking disaster. It's still assault. And he seems to be hung up on the details, like, it had nothing to do with him being Jewish, you know? I've done this to a ton of people. And I didn't know that. I didn't know that he had done this so many times, so he must be notorious for fucking assault pranks, I guess. A big self-report there, if you ask me. But what I find so interesting about this is that Mizzy only focuses on the fact that he does this to more than just Jewish people. This wasn't just against Jewish people. Instead of just recognizing that assault is bad, whether or not it's a trend. Like, he doesn't have any regret for doing it. He just keeps writing it off as like, it's okay, it was a trend. But I'm tired of people thinking that I'm anti-Semitic and only targeting Jews. I assault everyone equally. That's fucking crazy. Just because it may have been a trend doesn't mean that it was a good thing to do. Yet, in Mizzy's mind, he thinks it's totally fine and people shouldn't have a problem because he was just following a trend, which is fucking weird.
Not necessarily, but you could say that this whole public outroar just makes me laugh because people are getting hurt over something that didn't happen to them. And that's how I see it as.
This is a point he's very adamant about. He thinks people don't have the right to be upset at him since they weren't direct victims of his pranks. So he lacks, like, basic empathy, I guess. People are just calling you out for being a douchebag. Your pranks suck. And they terrorize, like, actual normal people in the real world out there, just complete strangers, that you're treating like props to scare for your TikTok clout, because your brain's been fucking rotted and poisoned by this desperate desire for attention and validation online. Like, it has nothing to do with people feeling like they are personally a victim for having watched it. It's just the basic understanding of, man, I feel bad for all of the people in these videos that you keep tormenting with this garbage. Like, that's such an easy thing to wrap your head around for most people, I imagine, but not Mizzy. Mizzy thinks that unless you're a direct victim of it, you shouldn't be saying anything about it to begin with.
I went to go apologize off social media. I could have recorded that apology and that would have been another viral video, whether it's hate or whatever. Literally, hate brings money, hate brings likes, hate brings views. It doesn't matter. Love or hate, it still brings views.
Why do you prefer to do the hateful stuff?
It's not like I prefer to do the hateful stuff. It's just like it's easier to do the hateful stuff.
Why are you laughing? You think it's fun?
Obviously, I don't think it's fun, but you're a funny person.
You do think it's funny?
You're a funny person.
You do. I've seen the videos. You do think it's just really funny.
At the time, I think it's funny. My fan base thinks it's funny, and it's we outside, innit? It's a movement.
Now, this is the last clip from the interview I want to show here. I also want to briefly go back to the dog stealing pranks. Apparently, he does give the dogs back, but it's not like that cures the trauma of the situation. I just want to make that clear. But he says something here where, like, he'll want to apologize off camera, and he could also film it if he wanted to and post those as well. But first of all, I don't believe he's ever really apologized to anyone genuinely. I think he's never shown any real remorse for any of his actions. I don't think he cares at all about other people. I think he views the world as NPCs to exploit for his own TikTok clout. So I really don't think he's ever wanted to apologize. But then he said he could film it and post it if he wanted to for more content, and then goes into talking about how the content he does make right now, the very mean-spirited content that generates like a bunch of hate online and shit, is easy for him, which is why he does it, because it's all views, it's all engagement, which is all he cares about. And that's a very honest look at a completely brain-rotted, terminally online person's perspective of what value is in life, where the only thing he cares about is that engagement that content is bringing him. That is the only purpose he has found, which I think is absolutely sad. Like, genuinely pathetic. But yeah, anyway, just wanted to give a little update to this whole situation because a lot's been going on with it. He's definitely the prankster most people are keeping their eye on because he has literally been filming crimes. He has been gathering his own evidence against himself, and yet the authorities have still done absolutely nothing to stop him from doing this shit. So, like I said, he got arrested again today, and as of recording this, don't know what's going to come from it, but anyway, that's about it. See ya.
What's up, everybody? It's Critical. It's not often I read a news story that really catches me off guard anymore, especially not one related to someone going to jail for something stupid, because it's well known around the world that the US justice system is just pure absolute smegma. There's more justice in the fucking Mad Max universe than in the US. However, today I did come across something that really did surprise me. A man named Josh Palault, who actively played Runescape, spent 6 years in jail for being too edgy in the game. There's rapists, real rapists, that spend less time in jail. Now, normally when a RuneScape player goes to jail, it's over robbing someone for RuneScape GP. That shit's more valuable than real-world gold. If RuneScape GP was an actual cryptocurrency, it'd be making Bitcoin look like Monopoly money. But this man wasn't holding up anyone for some fake money. He got arrested for being too edgy. If this is a little taste of what our future holds here, a little facial with pre-cum instead of the full load, then I have no doubt that half of Twitch chat will be behind bars in a week. Now, Josh recently got out of prison after being in there for 6 years, and he did an interview with a YouTuber named Silent Core. It's a pretty interesting interview, and in it, he seems pretty positive about his future, which I just find incredibly surprising. If it was me, who got thrown in prison for 6 years for some bullshit edginess, if I said something like, oh, fuck toilets, I'd rather shit on streets, and they tossed me in the slammer for 6 years, I'd come out of that shit angrier than the Hulk. You won't like me when I'm wrongfully convicted. I would be the angriest motherfucker on the planet. I'd turn into a supervillain as a result of that hogwash. So hats off to Josh for keeping his head up here. Now, in a nutshell, the story is as follows. Josh was playing RuneScape, some kid told him to kill himself. Typical edgy humor, standard edginess 101. Josh, then, being quite inebriated according to him, dials it to Edgelord 4000 and says, okay, I'll kill myself, but I'm taking the whole school with me. Pretty basic stuff if you've ever streamed on Twitch or YouTube, or pretty much been on the internet anywhere. You can go on the fucking Neopets forums and you're seeing the same type of edgy humor. I don't think anyone's ever actually giggled at edgy humor. It's all just pretty stupid and juvenile, but for some reason quite popular. And unfortunately for Josh, the kid then reported him to Jagex. Jagex then reported him to the authorities, and the authorities came, arrested him, and gave him 6 years in the big house. A classic Stephen King novel, just without the underage orgy in the sewer right before fighting it. What's the most surprising thing about this isn't that he was arrested for the threat. I at least can think of that in a positive way. Oh, they're paying attention to threats everywhere. I think that's good to an extent. However, they thoroughly investigated this, searched this whole house, got psychic evaluations and everything. They found no weapons. They found no indication that he was off the hinges and that he would actually do anything like this. He was professionally evaluated and they didn't think he was a danger to himself or others. Fucking teachers from his school would testify that he would never do something like this and they believed he was innocent, but it didn't matter. He still got 6 years in prison, and he spent 6 years in prison. Pure fucking madness. This is not only just an abortion and perversion of the word justice system, it's just downright embarrassing for everybody. That's fucking awful. It's just horrible what happened to Josh, really. Like, edgy humor, okay, you know, it's stupid, but you shouldn't be thrown in jail for being edgy.
That's just absolute fucking insanity. Insanity. I can't find any other words for this story. It just makes no sense to me why they'd even bother throwing the book at Josh or trying to make an example out of him to the fucking Runescape community. It's not like the Runescapers or the Yakuza. You don't need to make an example out of somebody from that community. You shouldn't be patting yourself on the back for getting a Runescape player off the streets. I just don't get the thought process here at all. It's not like throwing Josh in jail stops people from wanting to be edgy. It's not like the sad virgins that go on Tumblr to be edgy are gonna stop doing it because now Josh went to jail for it. All this did is take an important chunk of Josh's life away from him for no reason at all. Now I can understand wanting to punish someone for an edgy threat like that, but this is not the way to go about it. Throwing them in jail is just wrong. What you should do is confirm there was no real risk, which they did, and then punish them accordingly. You know, community in service for a year, no internet for a year, probation, something that doesn't ruin the person's life for being edgy and making a stupid decision. This whole story was just ridiculous and sad. But yeah, that's it. So yeah.